Hello, welcome to getoratio.com. So we first start off by logging in. We have a test user, right? And so this is the dashboard. It shows us all forms, all responses, view, and all it. First off, Oratio is a voice-powered survey form that could be embeddable in our website. We can use Oratio to collect information and data from people that access our website. If, for example, Oratio is embedded on the website, Oratio also gives us an option to share a direct link where people could participate in our survey. What makes Oratio special is that it gives us the opportunity to add a kind of like a voice power to the system. I mean, what it does is it allows people to record their response instead of manually typing, and then Oratio engine translate this information. It transfers or it translates what the user says to a written word so we can read them, and also can generate a transcript for us, that is, transferring the speech to text, and then it gives us the sentiment score of what the user did. So in order to take this real fast, first we can access all forms here and we can create a new form. So we can also select from the created should I say template here from any of this, or we can just create from scratch. So basically I'll start to create from scratch, and then we'll go ahead to see all of the other functionalities. Here we can add question, different type of questions, email, name, date, picker, phone number, yes, no, star rating, and the rest. I'm just going to keep this video simple and use the name, add the name field, and add the email field to it. And then we can customize this by clicking on the individual questions. We can make them optional. We can change the title of the questions, and while we do, we see this happen in real time here. We can add further descriptions here, and we can also upload images by selecting that option. We can also sort the order of the questions, and at any point in time we can preview. Here we see it's being ordered in email, and we see that this question is required is showing because we have not made this guy optional. So I'll go down to we can also delete, just to mention that. I'll go down to the design section, and here we can upload our custom logo. We can upload the welcome image. We can set background colors, and we'll see this happening in real time. Then we can also set buttons and badge colors to customize the look and feel of Oratio. Then we have some predefined themes we could use, alright, just to save ourselves the hassle of selecting a color individually for this. Then in the settings options, we can rename the form. We can send the survey end date so that the survey would end on a particular date in the future. We can also send a redirect link. That means whenever user interact with our survey, they will be redirected to this link, this thank you page or something. Then we can add the survey progress bar, right, for the individual surveys. We can also require personal information like age, gender, household income, and make all of them optional as well. And then we can also set custom labels like next, back, finish, record, just to replace this to make this particularly look good with our own custom needs. If we go next this time around, we see the first thing we see here is age, gender, income, location, and then it comes back to email and then name. This is because of what we enabled here in the settings options here. So I'm just going to kind of disable that. After that, we have the advanced options. This enables us to create certain forms of restrictions in Oratio. We can restrict this form from assets in certain regions or cities. Then we can enter the country. So there are different options. There's restrict for everyone in this location, and there's enable for everyone in this location. And then we can switch to IP-based restrictions and restrict user based on their IP addresses. And then we can customize Oratio widgets. This is what the default looks like, and then we can take it to rounded style. We set the border radius, and you can see this in action. We can also set the border shadow. Then we can select the different color and also the different icon color as well. And then we have the transcript. You can send user transcript. At the end of the survey, the user receives an email address of what they have answered in the survey. We have the notify me section, which notifies us for every new data or leads collected in our survey form. We have the unique views only, and this stores only unique views from people who actually view or interact with our survey. We have a send thank you message. I send the user thank you message after participating in our survey, and we have enable from consent. This kind of shows the user how we intend to use the collected data and what we use the data for. And then at the end of the day, we have the distribute where we can share the Oratio. Alright, then for our form here, we can publicly access this in this link. Then we can interact with them. And here we have other options to maybe standard, full page, pop-up, slider, pop-over, sidebar. And we could copy the embed code and embed it on our website. We can also send to our email list, alright, and we can upload our emails and a text file, enter the subject and paragraph just to invite people to our own survey. And then just before I go to the analyze section, I'll just go to integrations. In integrations, we can actually integrate Oratio with our favorite autoresponders like MailChimp, Arba, ConvertKit, GetResponse, Mailview, Send, and just the rest. And also there's also others integration for Google Sheets for us to export Oratio analytic data to Google Sheets. So next off, I'll go to all forms and I'll just go to analyze survey, and here we can see the records we have here. We have questions, individuals, insight, and analyze views. I'll quickly check if there is anyone with some data, and here we have questions. Then we can see some of the information we collected from our survey. We can also export this data, and we can export as CSV, XLSV, and also Google Sheet. For the Google Sheet integration probably would work, you must have integrated it in your integration sections and then follow the integration setup. There's also insight that shows us completion rate, average time to complete views in stats we have in Oratio. We can also analyze views more further and then get a demographic of how and where our forms is basically assessed more. We have the United States, we have the we have the countries, we have the browsers, and they have the operating system. And then finally, Oratio gives us the audio studio section that could actually convert text to speech. We can also upload our own audio, and we have a live audio record session. We can convert text to speech here, select from different languages, and then different voices. We could also add pauses and breaks, and then we could enter campaigning. Now what this does is that it converts our text to speech, or if we upload an audio or live record, then we can actually have a kind of like an embed we could put on our website. So basically, this is going to automatically play whatever we record, upload, or convert it from text to speech on the website when the user interacts with the website. Now we can see how many times it's been played. This is kind of cool feature we added in Oratio to make things actually nice and more like a new feature in Oratio. So we have the account sections, and also here you can change your account password. So basically that's all for the introduction of Oratio. Goodbye.